The lives of Marvel's biggest heroes keep getting more and more complicated.
Just one guy, just one Spider-Man, or woman, we don't know. For sure.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Marvel superhero turning points.
Someone will finish what I've started, Wolverine! One day! One day!
For this list, we're looking at the crucial moments in the lives of these Marvel heroes that really changed who they are as a character, for better or for worse.
I'm sorry, I don't want to get off on the wrong foot. Do I look at the patch or the eye? Yeah. Honestly, I'm a bit hungover. I'm not sure if you're real or if I'm having delirium.
I am very real. I'm the realest person you're ever gonna meet.
We're looking at moments that occurred during the prime of their superhero careers, so you won't find origin stories here. Finally, if you're not up to date on Marvel's comic book history, there will be spoilers.
Look, it's been a really long day, like Eugene O'Neill long, so how's about we skip to the part where you're useful?
Number 10, Thor becomes unworthy of Mjolnir.
You are unworthy of these realms, unworthy of your title! You're unworthy!
Anyone on Asgard will tell you that only those who are worthy can wield the power of the mighty hammer, Mjolnir. While that privilege has occasionally been shared with other heroes, a 2014 storyline saw Thor unworthy of his title.
You're no match for the mighty!
After investigating a murder of one of his fellow Avengers, Nick Fury whispers something to Thor, which catches him off guard. All of a sudden, Thor found himself unable to lift his hammer, as Mjolnir had now deemed him unworthy. There is still a ton of speculation over what Fury whispered, but in the meantime, we have Jane Foster to continue the proud tradition as the new Thor.
I'm really glad you're safe.
You've been very kind to me. I've been far less grateful than you deserve.
Well, I hit you with my car a couple times, so I think that kind of evens things out.
Number 9, Iceman outs himself. Bobby Drake, aka Iceman, has always been one of Marvel's more iconic ladies' men. However, when teenage X-Men are brought from the past to the present day, young Bobby Drake is forced to admit a secret he's been keeping to himself. Iceman is actually gay. With young Jean Grey's help, the teenage Drake is able to confront his older self about their little secret. Mutants are already subjected to prejudice, so consciously choosing to hide the fact that he was a mutant and gay is kind of understandable.
Professor Xavier was concerned for your safety.
I don't want his help! Or yours!
Number 8, Angel becomes Archangel.
Mystique impersonates you very well, Mr. Worthington.
Worthington is no more. Now there is only Archangel.
One of the biggest game changers for any superhero group is one of their own goes to the dark side. Unfortunately, that's the case for Angel of the X-Men.
Whatever it takes, Doctor. Make me a new man.
During a massive massacre, Angel's wings are pinned to a wall to the point where they're broken and need to be amputated, making the poor mutant fall into a depressive state.
Just tell me, will they grow back?
Given time, perhaps. But it's like losing a limb.
The ancient mutant Apocalypse offers to restore his wings, but at a cost. Angel must serve him as one of his 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Such loyalty will be rewarded. The rest be my slaves. Increase the power!
With his new metallic wings, Warren Worthington III becomes the Horseman of Death, Archangel.
Who dares oppose the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse?
Number 7, Silver Surfer defies Galactus.
It is known by many names. My people called it Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds.
To save his planet from being destroyed by the near-unstoppable Galactus, Norrin Radd offers to become Galactus's herald, the Silver Surfer, and to help him find new planets to devour.
All that you know is at an end.
What do you mean by that?
One fateful surfing session brings him to Earth and Galactus's next meal. After getting knocked unconscious in a fight with the Fantastic Four, Norrin is taken in by a blind woman named Alicia. Alicia can sense the good inside of the Silver Surfer and begs him to stop Galactus and save the lives of Earth.
You said you weren't the one trying to destroy our world. Then who is?
The one I serve.
Who do you serve?
Touched by her kind words, the Surfer helps the Fantastic Four send the hungry villain packing. Number 6. Iron Man beats his alcoholism.
I don't know what to do.
You gotta be kidding me.
When Iron Man starts dancing around like a drunken idiot in Iron Man 2, the audience gets a few laughs. In the comics, however, Tony Stark's intoxication isn't as funny.
You know, the question I get asked most often is, Tony, how do you go to the bathroom in the suit? Just like that.
Things got pretty stressful for the billionaire playboy in a 1979 storyline where the reputations of both Iron Man and Tony Stark ended up in the toilet. Stark became an alcoholic, which caused many of his friends to turn their backs on him, and even his faithful butler Jarvis walked out. Luckily, with the help of his girlfriend Beth, Tony manages to find the strength to put down the bottle for good.
Well,
You've taken such good care of me. Been in a tough spot, and you got me through it, so... Right?
thank you.
Number 5. The Phoenix Saga.
Goodbye, my friends. I love you all.
While the X-Men are returning to Earth in a space shuttle, Jean Grey pilots the shuttle through a radiation storm, while the rest of her team are forced to take sanctuary in a less exposed part of the ship.
It's too dangerous.
You said it yourself. The team's mission comes first. There's no other way.
When the ship crash lands into the bay, Jean emerges with a new green and gold costume and starts calling herself the Phoenix. It turns out that Jean was possessed by a powerful entity called the Phoenix Force, which gave her incredible powers. The Phoenix and its connection to Jean Grey and the X-Men became one of the most important and reoccurring aspects of their careers, and its effect on their lives can never be undone.
Your destiny is at its end, X-Men. The Dark Phoenix has come to destroy you all!
Number 4. Captain America wakes up in the present day.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Technically, this isn't an origin story, but a revival story of an Avenger literally ahead of his time. In the final days of World War II, the villainous Baron Zemo filled an experimental rocket with explosives. Naturally, it's up to Captain America and his partner Bucky Barnes to defuse the bomb and save America. Cap and Bucky disable the rocket, but are seemingly killed when it explodes mid-flight.
No! No! Bucky!
Cap is thrown into the freezing waters of the North Atlantic, where, decades later, he is unfrozen and must once again save the world as an Avenger.
The soldier. The man out of time.
I'm not the one who's out of time.
Number 3. Cyclops kills Professor X. Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, has always been a vital part of the X-Men. Having a close relationship with Professor X, he is the leader of the X-Men and a role model for mutants everywhere.
You can be cured! We're mutants. That's what we are. There's nothing wrong with us that needs to be cured.
Or at least he was. During the final moments of a 2012 storyline, Avengers vs. the X-Men, Cyclops is corrupted by the Phoenix and loses control, killing Xavier. Even though the Phoenix Force was purged, Scott never recovered from the incident and found himself struggling to maintain his identity as a hero ever since.
Cyclops! I know how you feel about it, Wolverine, but... You know nothing, little man.
Number 2. Gwen Stacy's death.
You're Spider-Man, but I love Peter Parker more.
Poor Peter Parker can never seem to catch a break. The hero saving the girl was always a staple of superhero comics, but in 1973's Amazing Spider-Man number 121, readers learned that not everything in a superhero's life is sunshine and rainbows.
Run! Harry! Harry, put her down!
When the Green Goblin learns Spider-Man's identity, the villain kidnaps his girlfriend Gwen Stacy and dangles her over the George Washington Bridge. Spider-Man is almost able to save her, but she dies in the act of Spidey's rescue when whiplash from his webbing snaps her neck. Her death would haunt Spider-Man for his entire career and reveal to the world that his biggest weakness is those he loves.
Gwen! No, please.
Before we unveil our number 1 turning point, here are a few honorable mentions.
I miss teaching. I miss being part of a team.
But why this team?
Because we need each other.
You know me.
like no one else ever has. And I know you. We belong together.
What are you doing? Mama, something's wrong!
Number 1. No more mutants. Taking the number 1 spot is the worst day in mutant history. Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, both a mutant and an Avenger, had a mental breakdown, and her unstable powers created an alternate reality. She created a world where mutants are the dominant race, and everyone lives a seemingly happy life. That happiness is short-lived, however, and Wanda's brother is killed by their father, Magneto. Wanda is traumatized, and losing faith in her own people, she whispers the words, "No more mutants." In a flash, reality is restored, but almost all of the mutants have been depowered. The mutant race have never recovered from this event, and have been living on the brink of extinction ever since. Do you agree with our list?
Those who oppose me shall perish.
What life-changing events do you think impacted the heroes of the Marvel Universe? For more transformative top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Sounds like a cold world, Tony.
I've seen colder.